Words and Music is about songs, and it's about songwriters, people with stories to tell and the gift to make us believers. Our guest this week is the classic country singer, songwriter, and piano player, Rachel Brown, from Rachel and the Beatnik Playboys. Words and Music. If we believe the singer, we'll believe the song. Rachel Brown has a voice that can melt the heart of the meanest cowboy in the bar. If your taste runs to Patsy Cline, George Jones, and Merle Haggard, then Rachel's your gal. If you don't know who those singers are, then spin some Rachel and the Beatnik Playboys. You'll discover a motherlode of country, blues, and rootsy swing. The future of country music just might have its roots in the past. Rachel, welcome to Words and Music.
Thank you.
You country girl from Medina, you?
Yes, I guess so, right.
Well, I know a little bit about your story, and your folks actually had a barn, and maybe
still do.
Still do?
Yeah, they.
So what goes on in that barn?
A lot of music every Friday night. It doesn't matter if it's like the worst blizzard or thunderstorm. I mean, it's every Friday night, and there's like this. It's open jam session kind of thing, but there's always like the regulars, pedal steel player, and drums and guitar, and people can get up and do kind of an open mic kind of situation. But it was just always around. Just so growing up, that's what we did. It's like I learned songs to sing at the barn on Friday night, you know, when I was little, real little. And
how little?
8, 9.
Really? Okay.
It's like
So did you start playing piano then, or were you playing piano?
Yeah. I played piano and string bass.
Okay.
So, you know, the whole bluegrass thing.
Right.
Started out with that. So.
Well, then you really know the canon of country music from,
I guess
from
so.
that area. So, but then what happened? You know, did you do the I'm going to rebel from this and go do my own thing or figure it out?
I did. Well, I actually
country?
started playing 5 nights a week when I was 14 years old.
They let you do that?
My parents would take me and actually go to the gig and sit there all night.
I've heard about hockey moms and hockey dads.
It's crazy. As a mother now, I think there's no way I could do it. But they did. They just really had faith in me, and they just loved it so much. They would go and sit there with their pops. And I mean, they were not people that would go out in bars or anything like that, but they would go just to support me doing music. So.
When you were 14 playing in bars, were they country bars?
Well, there used to be a place called Jackie Lee's years and years. This was early '80s, and I did like the piano bar set from 5 to 8. You know.
Oh, okay. So it was you and the songbook, and people around the bar.
It was more like a concert. It was a bigger venue.
Okay.
It's a pretty large venue at the time, but and then I also played. I think when I was around 15, I joined like a working country rock band, you know, so I was like driving all over Youngstown, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, and they would take me to these shows and sit there and these little honky tonks all over. I don't know how they did it, but they did. And then as soon as I got my license, I think that was a big relief for them. So then I was on the road playing those things and get up and go to school the next morning.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
but you had money in the bank.
Yeah, it's a good experience at a very young age, that's for sure.
Right. So then you went away to school, or?
No, I didn't actually. I just kept playing locally. So did blues bands and country bands and just all kinds of just different, more Americana kind of bands. And then I didn't go to college till I was 25. So.
But then you ended up with a music degree and a master's in music.
Right.
So you have the classical music as well as the
I do.
as the classical gas.
Yeah, it's kind of a unique thing, I think.
Well, when did you start writing songs?
Like very early. I mean, as soon as I was able to just, because, you know, I was taking piano lessons when I was very young, 6, 7, something like that. But, you know, I wanted to play with the pickers at the music barn. And, of course, none of them read music. So they were just, well, just 1, 4, 5, you know, that's all you need to know. And so they kind of helped me
understand
what that was. And as soon as I kind of got